This is the turn. The major season is done. All 4 majors are in the books. And if you've been following along this season, you already know the through line because it's been the same story every single time. Sam Burns, 4 majors, 4 times in contention, 4 times coming up short. There's a more compelling story in golf right now. I haven't seen it. Today, we are recapping the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale, talking through what the major season meant for the biggest names in the game, and looking ahead to the FedEx Cup playoffs. Let's get into it. Let's start with Sam Burns, because his story is the spine of this episode, and honestly, the spine of the 2026 season. Let's cast our mind back a little bit. Royal Throne 2024 Open Championship. Burns shoots a Saturday 65 to climb into contention, then collapses with an 80 on Sunday. Gone. Oakmont 2025 US Open. He holds the 54-hole lead and falters down the stretch. Gone. Shinnecock Hills 2026 US Open, which we covered in episode 7. It comes from 7 back with a final round 67. Gets within a shot of Wyndham Clark. Mrs. Birdie on 17 and 18. Gone. And then Royal Birkdale. And here's the detail that makes this even more remarkable. Burns nearly didn't play. His wife had just given birth to their second daughter 2 weeks earlier. His own mother publicly said he wouldn't travel to England. He changed his mind at the last minute and flew over. And then he went out and shot a record-tying 62 on Friday, one of the rounds of the year. And he followed it up with a 65 on Saturday. He walks into Sunday with a 2-shot lead. The Claret Jug was right there for him. He birdies the second hole to stretch the lead to 3 and get to 11 under. This is his moment. What happened? Everything just unraveled. 3 consecutive bogeys on holes 4, 5, and 6. Just like that, the lead is gone. He steadied himself and made 12 straight pars coming in, but he couldn't make a single birdie after the second hole. That was a tough one. He closed with a 2 over 72, finished 3rd at 8 under. For Burns, that's 4 major championships across 3 years, where he's had a real shot. And all 4 times, the door had closed on him. He's 29 years old. The talent is undeniable. His ball striking, his putting. He's one of the best players in the world, but the major hasn't come yet. For Burns, the question isn't whether he can handle Sunday when everything is on the line. I think he's proven that he can compete over and over with the best player. But the main question is, can he handle Sunday when everything is on the line? That's the main question. And right now, the answer is still unwritten. Let's talk about the man who won the Open Championship this year. Ryan Fox. He picked up the Claret Jug while Burns was making bogeys. Ryan Fox, 39 years old, from New Zealand. He was ranked 56th in the world coming to this tournament. And what even made things interesting for him was that was his first top 10 finish in 29 career major starts. 29. He never finished top 10, ever. He had never seriously threatened in a major before that week. He shot a record time 62 on Saturday, which moved him into serious contention. On Sunday, with Burns struggling on the front nine and Claret Jug blazing through the first 7 holes, Fox just kept grinding. 4 birdies in his final 6 holes, and then the 18th, Birkdale's hardest hole. That hole had yielded just 4 birdies all day. Only 4 birdies all day. Fox needed to make it 5. He had a nice approach shot to inside 12 feet, and he made it. When he was about to make that putt, I was thinking, if he misses, we have a playoff to watch. But then he made it. That was a gutsy putt. To be honest, I was very happy for him. Final score 10 under for a 270, 1 clear of Claret Jug, who had shot an early 64 on Sunday. He bogeyed the 18th after his approach found the putt bunker and sat in the clubhouse for over 2 hours at 9 under, watching the field trying to catch him. 2 clear of Burns. Fox becomes only the 3rd New Zealander in history to win a men's major, joining Bob Charles, who won the Open Championship in 1963, and Michael Campbell, who won the 2005 US Open. Again, he arrived at Royal Birkdale, ranked 56th in the world, and he left as the major champion. He's the first player outside the top 50 to win the Open since Darren Clarke was ranked 111th when he won at Royal St. George's in 2011. He was on the phone with his family moments later, and you could hear him say, "You asked me to bring the trophy home, and I am, aren't I?" Such a great moment to watch. At 39, in his 29th major start, an unbelievable story. Now, let's do a quick hit on the rest of the Birkdale leaderboard before we zoom out. Scottie Scheffler, defending Open champion. He was tied for 4th alongside Tommy Fleetwood at 7 under. He shot a bogey-free final round 67. But Claret Jug's early 64 and Fox's late charge were just too good. Scheffler made 4 birdies on Sunday and was in the mix all day, but never quite close enough. As the defending champion trying to go back-to-back at Birkdale, it wasn't to be. In my episode 7, it was my favorite to win back-to-back because I thought Scheffler was due a moment, but it hasn't happened yet. We're yet to see when that will happen. Tommy Fleetwood, he was the home crowd favorite all week. He's from Southport, which is the town where Royal Birkdale sits. He gave the gallery everything they wanted for 3 rounds. But Sunday was 1 shot too many. Still, a tie 4th at your home for a Open Championship is a memory that lasts a lifetime. Claret Jug, who lost the Open by 1 shot, he has been one of the best stories in golf this year. He won the Players' Championship in March and the Cadillac Championship earlier in 2026. He finished tied for 3rd at the Masters at Augusta. Now a Birkdale runner-up to add to his resume. That's fantastic. He's 27 years old. He's won twice this year and is knocking loudly on the door of his first major. And Siwoo Kim, who briefly had the lead on Sunday afternoon and looked like he might pull off a stunning win before eventually fading to a tie for 5th. Let's talk about Scheffler a little bit. Let's zoom out and look at Scottie Scheffler's full 2026 season because the numbers tell a story that's almost hard to believe. 1 win, the American Express in January for his 20th career PGA Tour title. Since then, runner-up at the Masters, one shot behind Rory McIlroy. He was tied fourth at the US Open at Shinnecock. He had a playoff loss at the Travelers to Victor Hovland after missing a 4-footer Monday morning. He was tied for fourth at the Open as the defending champion. 4 runner-ups and a pair of tied fourths is his 5th biggest result since January. And yet, 35 consecutive top 25 finishes, the second longest streak in the last 40 years, behind only Tiger Woods. Think about that. That's impressive. And yet, he leads the FedEx Cup standings by significant margin. I'm looking at the FedEx Cup standings. He leads with 41.23 points as at today, as at July 30th, 41.23 points. The next person is Matt Fitzpatrick at 33.29. He's 74 points ahead of the second person. It's impressive. That's because even when Scheffler isn't winning, he's finishing second, third, or fourth. The points accumulate. The consistency is historically good. He's just not closing. The question heading into the FedEx Cup playoffs is whether the Scheffler who dominated 2025 shows up in August, or whether the 2026 version that keeps finishing second continues. Either way, he's still the favorite to win the FedEx Cup. But given how this year has gone, nothing is guaranteed. Let's talk about the FedEx Cup playoff real quick. The major season is done. Now is the FedEx Cup playoff that's coming up in a few weeks. 3 events, 3 weeks, 1 champion. Here is how it works. The top 70 players in FedEx Cup standings advance to the first playoff event, which is the FedEx St. Jude Championship. That is happening at TPC Southwind in Memphis, Tennessee, between August 13th through the 16th. From there, the top 50 advance to the BMW Championship at Belly Reef Country Club in St. Louis from August 28th through the 23rd. And from there, the top 30 advance to the Tour Championship at East Lake in Atlanta, which takes place between August 27th through the 30th. The Tour Championship uses a staggered scoring system. The FedEx Cup leader starts at 10 under, with everyone else getting a score based on their standing. So it's not just about winning at East Lake. It's about getting there with enough points to matter. There are some names you have to watch, obviously. Scheffler, who leads the standings, and start East Lake with the biggest advantage. You have William Clark, who is fourth after the 2 wins this year. He won the CJ Cup. He won Baronessing earlier. And so he won CJ Cup, Baronessing, also won US Open, which gave him 2 wins. William Clark, I think he's still fourth right now. So you got Scotty Scheffler, number 1, Matt Fitzpatrick at 2, Cameron Young at 3, William Clark at 4. So he's still fourth. You got Victor Hovland, who's fresh off the Travelers win, also in a strong position at East Lake when the playoffs start, obviously. Cameron Young, who has quietly put together a tremendous season, also going to be there. Ryan Fox, after Birkdale, he jumped into the top 25 in FedEx Cup points, which is his first deep run into the playoffs. There are 2 regular season events remaining right now. Right now, we have the Rocket Classic, which is ongoing this weekend. That's from July 30th. That will go through August 2nd for the Rocket Classic. We also have the Winamp Championship coming up. So plenty of players are still fighting to make the top 70. Keep an eye on who uses this final event to punch their playoff ticket. That's your Open Championship recap and the FedEx Cup look ahead. Ryan Fox wins the Claret Jug at 39 in his 29th major start. Sam Burns comes up short again. 4 straight majors, where he's been right there. Scheffler leads the FedEx Cup and heads into the playoffs as the favorite. And Cameron Young is the next man waiting to break through. The Turn will be back for the FedEx Cup playoffs. Until then, thanks for watching. This has been The Turn.